teams, every team that we played in our district has been bigger than us across the front. Every last one of them. Forest Hill had a defensive lineman that we hadn't blocked yet, and no one else has blocked him. But it's just the way of that, how we try to attack him, read him, down block on him, or trap him, So these teams have a tremendous amount of talent. These are some of the teams, for instance, Callaway and Provine, that beat us a few years ago. There's nothing has changed. It's just that we're trying to go out there with a different approach, a different mentality, a different way of attacking them offensively, defensively, and special teams. So I don't care who it is. You have to go play.
Yeah, and you definitely have to do that. Taking on Provine here. All right, so let's talk about the offense. We've talked so much about the defense. What has impressed you about the way you've been able to run the football with this wing T? It seems like if we just protect the football, don't get in our own way with penalties and turnovers, there aren't many negative plays on the offensive side.
Right. We always want. I tell the kids we want four more yards per carry. Anything over 4 yards is a bonus, and we want to control the clock. We want to control the line of scrimmage. We are not all the way there yet, but we have made tremendous improvements. I mean, you're scoring 32 points a game. That's pretty good, but we want 40 or more points. We had 396 yards rushing last week, and we kind of toned it down, but we want 400 or more yards every night. So that's the capability. Now I can see kind of running, getting in his groove of throwing the football, and he's getting much better at that now. So we want to be a more balanced team, but we want to make you respect our pass game, and if you bagging up, we can beat you there. So if you walk down, we can beat you there. So we just want to make sure that we trying to cover all facets of the game. So it's like I said, it's a work in progress. I'm kind of upset about some of the penalties. I mean, if you're gonna have a penalty, have a penalty. Just don't get a tug him if you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
But it's unfortunate that it has been on long runs.
Yes.
So move your feet, get your body in place, and make the block. And then once you no longer make the block, let it go. So I'm happy with where we at, but not satisfied.
Well, the other question is the passing game. Okay, so the last couple of games, last maybe 3 games, you started out throwing the football, and even down the stretch in the game last week, you threw the football more. So obviously, you can run the football.
Right.
But I remember you telling me way back with this wing T, if you can complete 4, 5, 6 passes, 7 passes a game, that makes this wing T even more explosive. Are you now starting to work on that a little bit more, knowing that you can run the football?
Right. Well, this is what we do know is that if you have to play us vanilla or whatever the case may be, or we don't allow you to load the box, you're definitely not going to stop us. We've blocked 8, 9 man boxes, and they hadn't been able to stop us. I'm talking about over the past 20 years. So I go back and I watch Eddie Robb a lot, and Eddie Robb said this is that we run the wing T, but people think we are more run oriented, but we're the most balanced team in the conference, and that's when the SWAC was the SEC. We're the most balanced team in the country. We're 50-50, and you can go back and look at the quarterbacks that they've had, NFL guys going to the league playing quarterback for years, but what we get out of the wing is that you can see what receivers running wide open down the field.
Yes.
Wide open because everybody's honed in on stopping the run. Ronnie missed 2 touchdowns last week. He came back to the sideline. Well, guess what, though? You're going to hit him, though.
Yeah.
It's coming. It's coming. You look, this is your 14th game starting, and you're sophomore. It's going to come.
15 years old.
15 years old. It's going to come. Don't worry about that. You're my quarterback. Let's go.
He doesn't. He has the poise of someone a lot older. He doesn't have the poise of a 15-year-old.
Right. And Coach Bennett has done a great job at getting the offensive line the pass protection, shoring that up so we can actually drop back and deliver the ball down the field. We kind of had a few leaks early on in the year, and we kind of drew back on what some of the things we want to do because football is a rough sport.
Yeah.
So I think we're going in the right direction. We're able to deliver the ball now.
As we look at today's game, Coach, Provine 1-4. They lost 40-12 in the Neshoba. What do you expect here from Provine as you hit the road now for the next couple?
Well, that 40-12 score, don't let that fool you. I think the score was maybe 14-12, middle of the third quarter, and they just kind of fell apart. You know, they threw an interception here or there. Neshoba was able to get some great field position and block the punt, and before you know it, it's 28-12. You know, so but don't let that fool you. These kids can play. They can really get at it. Provine is a tradition-rich school, one of the only teams in Jackson to play for state championship. You know, and they're huge across the front. You know, and I think that COVID has affected them early on in the year, but this is week 7. You can see them starting to gel a whole lot more. So they got us for homecoming. They obviously think they can beat us, so we got to go with our A game. And then, we got a unknown enemy now. If you score 100 and some points and not give up any points, you got a bullseye on your back now. So we have to go play.
Yeah, and so obviously when you do well as you've done on the defensive side, that draws a lot of attention.
Absolutely.
So you assume, and you probably know, that this is bulletin board material for Provine.
Absolutely. So, we can't go down there and thinking that they're slouch, because they're not. The untrained eye or the normal fan, they're 1-4. Yeah, that 1-4 team has the ability to beat you. They've scored maybe 20, 21 points a game. They just hadn't been ran over. You know what I mean? So they have a kid, the defensive end down there, about 6'6", about 230, 240, and can run, So don't let them 1-4 fool you.
Yeah. And so what you were saying earlier about the size factor. So when you compare your team size to other teams in this street, teams have been bigger. And so you've been able to overcome that.
Yeah, we were able to overcome it. And one thing has helped us is that it's prerequisites to play football at Vicksburg High. You got to be on the powerlifting team, and you got to be on the track team. So
no choice.
No choice. If you're a lineman, of course, we don't expect you to run track, but you have to be on the powerlifting team. So you have to do that in order to play football.
Wow. How was that worked out in terms of getting people to buy in with that?
Well, some people don't want to do it, but it means you don't want to play. So we have about 61 that decided to do it, and you can see them grow.
How do you sell that to them?
If you want to be a good football player, not only that, if you want to be a great football player, there's certain things you have to do. And going home every evening playing PlayStation is not one of them. Right. It's not one of them. So you have to get in that weight room. You have to get on the track.
Yeah, I guarantee the PlayStations are put down now during the streak. You
Absolutely,
imagine?
Absolutely. A lot of them call me at night, want to play me online. They're not ready for me yet.
Okay.
For John Madden. So
Well, I tell you what, this Gator football team's playing like a video game, scoring a bunch of points, and it's fun to watch.
Absolutely. I just want to connect on a few more deep balls. People, some of my former players look at me and say, "Coach, connecting on the deep ball, what?" but throwing a few formations out there, modernizing a little bit more.
Yeah.
I was telling one of my parents the other day, if you watch the Kansas City Chiefs, or you watch the LA Rams, they're wing T teams. People don't know that though. But every wing T coach is sitting at home on Sunday, or you used to watch Hugh Freeze, wing T team, Oregon wing T guys, but they have a lot more jingles and bells to go with it. And, wing T they think it's just a formation. It's more than a formation. It's just concepts, that's all. And you sit back and look at it and you're like, oh, wow. You watch the Rams line up in jacks and rip and Liz and motion and all the time, and it's great things run the waggle, so, don't let people that don't know, they just don't know. So,
yeah.
But I don't have time to teach them.
Yeah. In a typical, your playbook, how many plays? 100?
Well, the wing is about concepts. We got different series. We even like we're working on no huddle. And you talk about the 20 series, and the 20 series alone, you have the trap, you have the jet, you have the power, you have the sweep, you have the truck. You have the option off of it. Then the 30 series, you have the midline, you have the triple option, you have the G, you have Sally. Go to the 40 series, you got the counters, you have the bellies, and not to mention the passes off all of them.
Yeah.
So it's a lot.
There's a lot in that. And I did notice late last week that you had double back sets to the left and right of Ronnie, where you had the double wings. So some different wrinkles there.
Right. So it's the same thing, same thing, but we just want to give a different look.
Yeah.
Different look. We want to give you a few more formations and run a few different things out of it. People say double is the spread. Okay, yeah. If you think that, that's really just jacks.
Yeah.
It's just you move your wing backs out an extra 3 yards.
Yeah. Speaking of things to look at, looking at the standings here, I mean, we're 3-0, Ridgeland 3-0, Neshoba 3-0, Canton 2-1. We've already taken care of Canton. You got the top 3 teams on winning streaks. Neshoba's won 5 in a row. We've won 4 in a row. Ridgeland's won 3 in a row. This district is, they say, pretty thick right now.
It's gonna get good. It's gonna be good, but I love our chances.
Yeah.
Ridge, I know Coach Dice. Had the opportunity to coach against him quite a few times. Know his tendencies. And it's gonna be fun when the opportunity comes. So I can't wait. But also Holmes, they may be a little bit down this year, but they still have great talent, and they're going to be fine. Neshoba, they're picked to win the district, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's why you play it on the field.
Right.
Speaking of on the field, the latest developments here in the last few days. It was announced that our game, November the 5th, it will be on a Thursday night. The High School Association came out with some guidance due to shortage of officials. That game will be against Holmes County, will be on a Thursday night as compared to a Friday. Talk about that and the adjustment, even though that's 6 weeks out, but still something that's being talked about, in high school football. Talk a little about that.
Well, due to COVID, that's a lot of referees, and I understand why people want to protect themselves, protect their families, or whatever the case may be. Well, each situation is different, they probably had a few shortages previous to this. I just don't believe you just get to 300 all of a sudden, but COVID does not help, but I'm sure the guys at the High School Activities Association, Mr. Holloway, they got plans in place to rectify that. Earlier this year, they were asking us in our meetings to get some of our former players to go out and get into refereeing, and I've reached out to 5 or 6 guys, but there's something that you really have to want to do, but still in all, though, I know they have a plan to rectify the situation and, get the numbers up to where we need them.
The good thing is you know well in advance when that game is. It's on a Thursday night, so the good thing is you'll have opportunity to at least adjust to it.
Absolutely. Yeah, we received the email, I think, earlier this week or late last week. I can't quite remember, but I don't mind playing on Thursday night. I can play every Thursday night if they want to. Because what we do is different from everyone else. So that gives you a day, your day short for preparing for what we do. A lot of people want to run the spread and H-back. Okay. That's fine, but we're gonna bring a few more things to the table than just that, So if you only want 2 days to prepare for it, hey, that's fine with me.
So how was this week? Getting over homecoming, you're on this winning streak, shutouts, just kind of staying in the moment, not getting the big head about things. How's the team handle that?
One tackle at a time, one carry at a time, one pass at a time, one game at a time. Mm-hmm. That's what I tell them. Nothing that you did last week even matters.
Yeah.
Especially not the week before. Who cares?
Yeah.
It's the next one now. If you're still living in highlight reels from Friday night, you're probably gonna lose this Friday.
Yeah.
So I always tell them that the same person that pats you on the back is the same person that say, hey man, we should have won that one. We didn't play as well, or may have something negative to say. So don't worry about that. Just keep playing football.
The Gators will get ready to take on Provine here on this Friday night. Couple on the road, Coach. Got to dig in, got to dig deep playing on the road. It's never easy in high school football when you're playing away from home.
October is a big month for us. It really is. We have 4 out of 5 on the road, so we got to really get focused and hone in, and sometimes it's better to play on the road. You don't have that long wait of sitting around and waiting for 7 o'clock. I actually like road games, so we can get there and get focused and get ourselves in tune, and sit in the field house waiting on the game. You don't have to hear the band roll by. You don't have to hear a lot of things, cars honking their horns and things of that nature. So it's better just to get on that bus and pull up about About 4:45, 5 o'clock, get undressed, get loose, and it's time to go play then.
It's time to play some football. Coach, let's go get them.
Thank you, sir.
We'll take this time out here on the pregame show. We'll have the kickoff. Yours truly, TJ Mayfield. Kickoff coming up after this.